and also I think being conscious, like in a way, I think a lot of people would look at meditation, or some people that do yoga or mindfulness or, that kind of stuff, and say, oh, is that a form of escapism? And I'm like, absolutely not. It's a form of being okay with what is, because we can't really change it. And if we're resisting, we're ending up causing stress in our internal and sometimes our external environment. So bless your heart for being here, all of you, although sometimes I know it's challenging to get here. And bless your heart for having an interest in being able to find a way to be able to kind of tap into your own inner guidance, your own inner intuition, your own inner source of wealth, of clarity, of courage, of strength, of will, and of guidance, because you have that within all of you. And really in mindfulness, that's what we're doing. We're recognizing that the mind is generally an absorptive organ, where it takes in and it categorizes and it puts information into all the places that it may, that are already pathways that are already created, dendrites that are already created, or possibly new pathways. And it stores that information predominantly back in the back of the brain, and the hippocampus, amygdala, primitive brain. And it's the prefrontal cortex that we're developing in mindfulness that can really resource to all parts of the brain. So, some of those things that we store there, may not be relevant. They may not be even appropriate, and they may not even be current. They may be totally outdated, like beliefs or ideas about ourselves, or trauma that, we hid back there way back then, and we have an association when we go through a light, oh my God, I'm going to feel like the car's coming at me. And so those pieces of information in mindfulness, we're able to then kind of dip in and look at them and see that they're just stored pieces of information, but they're not necessarily true in this moment. And hopefully and ideally not kind of fall into the very easy trap of when a record or a vinyl, I guess you call it nowadays, has got this groove in it, and the needle's kind of going along, and it gets stuck in that track. So we're working to develop new pathways here. And those pathways are filled with the wonder and awe of life in the moment. And they're also filled with your capacity to resource back into your own inner teacher, really, not me, not anyone else, but your inner knowingness, and the place of you that really has all that you need, and actually knows all that you need to know. So in a bigger way, I guess that's what we're doing. And in a very practical way, we're learning how to deal with the pain from the chemo, or the crazy digital challenges that I went through this morning. So just being able to rest in all of that without really reacting, without this attachment to having to fix it, solve it, or change it, to just notice. So bless your hearts as we go into mindfulness today. And hi, Terry, nice to see you, and all of the rest of you. So we'll begin by just finding ourselves in a really comfortable seated position, and allowing yourself to really take a minute to take in the moment around you. So look around the room, notice what kind of day it is outside, the things that you love around you, the shape of your body, maybe the tea or the water bottle over there, and whatever else might be around. And as you're moving your eyes around, allow your eyes to begin to do what's called a scan. So kind of start in the middle, and without moving your body, just scan your eyes to the left, without moving your body, or your head, I should say. So eyes to the left, back to the center, eyes to the right, back to the center, eyes to the left, and eyes to the right. And back to the center. And then now in center, roll the shoulders up to meet the ears and let them kind of move back toward the wheelchair or the bed or whatever's behind you, or if it's thin air, just pressing them into the back wall as if you're pushing it back, and keep rolling. And as you roll, just allow your eyes to go and look up, completely up into the upper eyebrow lids. Still rolling. And then look down the nose and continue to roll the shoulders as the eyes look down. And then bring the eyes right back to the horizon. Draw the shoulders up toward the ears and let the chin and the eyes surrender down to the chest and the heart as you release the back of the neck. And then come back to your midline, opening your eyes. And from this position, taking a gentle twist. So if it's there for you to move your right hand across your lap, even leaning on it, some of you may find that you can actually place the right hand outside your left bent knee if you're sitting in a chair, and your back hand, your left hand, could just be resting on your wherever, on your armrest, wherever it is. No need to change anything if you're comfortable. But if you wanted to move the arms, you could. And then we'll inhale. And we'll just extend by looking up and drawing the chin up a little bit, just to feel the spine in a lengthened position. And then bring the chin back level with the floor, relaxing the back of the neck and head. And then think of twisting as you just turn the navel toward the left elbow, toward the left side of the room. And you may not go so far, which is fine. If the navel is guiding you, then just stay with wherever it takes your torso and your spine. And then bring your eyes, only your eyes, back to the middle of the room. Just your eyes. And then bring your eyes way back out over to the far left and see if that gives you a bit more twist, a bit more space, even a bit more breath. Good. And then inhale. Bring the eyes and the whole body back to your midline. And then we'll reset right there. So we'll just, in the middle, feel like we are centered. Draw the shoulders up toward the ears. Relax the chin down. Press the upper arm bones back and release the arms down. And then we'll switch sides. So now the left arm might cross my lap if it's there for you. If not, wherever it is fine. Just imagine even like sliding that left elbow a little bit so forward. You may take your right hand back onto your armrest, or it may just be laying beside you. No worries about whatever position. Rather, I like to, sense and focus that inside my body, my spine is just following the navel in a bit of a twist over toward the right side. And breathing, and once you get there, and allowing all of that information to just be information, any other noise going on in the mind, it's just information. And then bring your eyes back to the middle, just the eyes, not the head. And then take the eyes out again, way over to the right, and you may find a bit of a deeper space of extension, a deeper and more spacious place right where you are. And then bringing your head and your eyes and your body back to center in the middle. And then allowing your hands to rest wherever they lay, wherever they feel most comfortable, as you close your eyes and allow yourself to move into your inner landscape. And as we all meet here in the inner cosmos of our being, allowing yourself to just, as if you were gazing at the stars, just notice all of the things, all of the information that your brain is taking in right now. So perhaps, first of all, just noticing the breath, noticing that you're breathing. And let's take a moment and take 3 full breaths. whatever that feels like for you. Inhaling fully, exhaling fully. If you lengthen the exhale, it's a little bit of an added challenge. Good. And now rest. Relax your breath. Relax the effort made in shaping your breath. And move into the effortless flow of your breath. So let your mind be absorbed by your own breath, by your rhythm. And by your presence with your breath. One of the jobs of the mind is really judgment, to look at things and calculate risk or assessment of past memories. And we just release judgment here. We allow our minds to be equanimous. So there's no qualifying of this experience. There's just being with it. Noticing the movement, the steady stream. The trust in the fact that we don't need to go finding our breath. It comes to us. We don't need to buy it, bargain, or anything else. It's the most neutral, loving, benign aspect of the life force that moves and informs you and keeps us all alive. Allowing the perceptions or the movement of the mind to just continue to flow like a river downstream as the banks of your real, grounded, eternal self contain it all. Relaxing the space around the outer corners of your eyes. And if it seems, challenging to smooth out the breath in whatever capacity it is, just allow yourself to be okay with whatever movement there is. Knowing that our bodies are doing 110% the best they can do for us. And no judgment about what it is. And as you soften and bring in the beautiful, loving, kind witness of your observer, of your perceiver, relaxing the space around the brows, softening up into the forehead. Some of us can even feel, perhaps, as you move your awareness to the hairline, this beautiful receptivity of the brain to just relax away from the skull when given that permission to just relax. There's nothing to do right now. There's nothing we can fix or solve in this moment. We all, if we had to go to trial for anything, would love someone that was an unbiased witness. And that's what you are right now. There's no judgment, there's no opinion. You're merely witnessing all that is with that kind, loving attention. And being very curious, I would add, to all that is. Training the muscle of the mind to gently come back into present time awareness whenever it gets lost in thought, whenever it gets absorbed by some old story or some future task, just bringing it gently back. And as you do so, refocusing on the movement of the breath, the gentle, effortless flow, the steadiness of it, the confidence and the gratitude that it's there for you 24/7. And just like the breath is always there for you, so too is your inner wisdom, your inner intuition. Dare I say, even your inner teacher or guru. You know best what is good, what is right for you. And last week or 2 weeks ago, we did a little awareness as we added some new terrain for the brain. And this would be such that I invite you to try this or test it out as you inhale and exhale. Just imagine or visualize or even experience the breath as this visual stream coming, ascending up through the two nostrils, kind of toward the center of the brow, and exhaling back out again. Just allow your awareness to be with that attention for a moment. Still effortlessly resting in awareness. Just observing the flow of the breath, ascending and descending. And then along with noticing that flow, we soften and we surrender to it. We allow the exhales to deeply release. And we allow the inhale to gently inform and expand. And we notice the movement without any judgment. softening the space in the forehead, relaxing the brain. Assuring the brain there's no right or wrong way to do this. There's merely just doing it. Perhaps for some of you, as you are possibly still noticing the stream of the flow of your breath by maybe visually kind of on your inner eye seeing it or feeling it. See if you notice that as you breathe in, the breath can actually move back into the midbrain, right back to that beautiful center of the brain where there's integration and the corpus callosum on the inhale. And as you exhale, it just moves back out on the same path through the center of the brow and down the nostrils on the exhale. And it's okay if you don't feel that. You can visualize it, you can imagine it, or you can just let it be. Breath moving in, two nostrils ascending to the midbrain, breath moving out through the center of the brow, out the nostrils, descending. Feel all that is. You may be so effortless and aware that you feel the heart beating. Perhaps you notice light in the center of the brain, midbrain. Perhaps it's very spacious, like a beautiful sunrise. And this is the place of your inner knowing, of your inner guide. So like your breath, as you trust beyond even question that you will breathe every moment, you could perhaps trust in your own inner knowing, your own inner guide. In the same way. Experiencing yourself in this moment, rested, effortless, perhaps, and with presence. And as we begin to move our way toward coming back into the room together and bringing our awareness into the outside world. Just allow yourself to savor, acknowledge where you are now in the space that you occupy behind your eyes, in your place of knowing. In the beautiful simplicity of the breath being the most important thing, really, that we need to think about, honestly. Well, we don't need to think about it. That's the beauty of it. It's the best example of presence. And then as we allow ourselves to gently begin to wind our way back into the outer world, with the eyes still closed, allow yourself to feel, first of all, the weight of your body, noticing where you feel the weight, where you notice density, perhaps where you notice breath moving in and out. And allowing yourself to again notice with the body this place that you were, the place where you're sitting, remembering the shape of your body, remembering what the room looks like without opening your eyes. And then gently rubbing your hands together in a bit of a circular motion, if that's possible. And if not, you can just imagine just resting a nice, beautiful human contact right on the eye beds, kind of looking in with closed eyes to the beautiful, relaxing, deep indigo blue of the dark night sky. And then opening your eyes and coming back into the room. Oh, we don't have much time left, but we can chit chat a moment if anybody has questions or comments. Jackie, you look lovely. Yeah. Good. Well, I always enjoy being with you, and I know it's a real important thing that we do this in community together. There's many reasons why, which I won't get into now because I can get long-winded, but thank you for joining us in community as we kind of allow ourselves to be in the present moment together. There's a real beauty to that. So
Thank you.
Bless your heart.
Thank you,
Celia. Thank you, Sonia.
Thank you, Mary.
Sherry.
Joe.
You're welcome, Jacqueline.
So I was amazed how much I'm swaying and not grounded.
Well, that would make sense with what you've just been through. Yeah, that's a discharge, and just allow that. That's totally fine. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You didn't fall over, so you are grounded somewhat, right?
Right.
You're like the aspen tree. You were just kind of moving. I was swaying a little bit too. Maybe I was feeling you, but yeah, don't worry about that. That's totally fine.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, yeah. Jacqueline, you had a question, or you just want to take?
No, I was just listening to the comment.
Oh, nice.
That was very interesting.
Good. All right. Well, I will say good day, and I bless your hearts for being here, and thank you. And we will see you in 2 weeks.
2 weeks, cool.
Great,
Yeah.
thank you.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank
All right. Good day, everybody.
you. Bye-bye.
Take good care.
You too.
Thanks.
Very sweet.
Yeah.